We are here to celebrate the pass away of our great-great-grandmother.
Our mom was survived, 1991. Our mom also survived the SPLA regime.
Finding out that my great-grandma passed away was a shock.
But on the other hand, we are grateful for God to keep her till to the advanced age of 91.
One thing I will never forget in my life. So my mom breastfed me up to the age of 5 years. I was 6 seconds.
I am so grateful for all the things she has done for us, and I will never forget all the memories that I have had with her.
But this family, I want to say to you, you have done something that a child, a son, a daughter can never do to his or her parents.
Good afternoon, everyone. I would like to officially welcome all of you now into the last program of the day today. The one speaking here, my name is Dennis Asif. I'll be taking you through part of the program for tonight, then I'll hand it over eventually to the MCs. Sorry, to the DJ. I would like to officially welcome the family of Santo, to whom today we are celebrating the life of the mother. I'll also welcome the families and relatives who came to mourn and to celebrate with Santo together today. And I would like to pay my respects and condolences to the family. We have lost a very iconic member of the family, an important person in our community, a person with so much inspiration, a person with so much wisdom that we can never recover. But of course, we know that we all have a journey. She has gone to a very eternal place where we will one day reunite with her. May God rest her soul. Within us here, I would like to acknowledge the presence of our spiritual leaders, the chairperson of ACHOLI community in Victoria, or the outgoing chairperson, Mr. Mark Otim. We also have among us the chairperson of the Equatorial community, Mr. Clement Leila. And to acknowledge the presence of you, ladies and gentlemen, who has traveled long distance to be today here. Others have traveled all the way from the far north in Northern Territory. Mr. Pius Okonga, I know you're representing Northern Territory here, and this particular obituary is right in your family. We welcome you. And people who came from Tasmania, Brisbane, Adelaide, Sydney, and also those who are here with us in Melbourne, not forgetting the Western Australian, of course. Last but not the least, I would like to also acknowledge the support of the people of Victoria. We have witnessed so much death in Victoria this year alone. And this particular one is not new to us, but it's making us very strong.
We come before you at this time that we have dedicated for our beloved mother, grandmother, and great-grandmother. As we have heard, we have greatly lost a very wonderful and inspirational person. We may never and never find someone like that in our lives. But we trust you, God, that you will fill that gap in your own mysterious ways. And so we come at this point in time to thank you for her life, for all that she has shared with us, for all the love and everything that she had for all of us. We come to continue to celebrate her life as you have given to her. We wish that she would continue for more and more years to come. But even though she has gone to you, we pray that may the family and us all also go for many, many years to come. We pray that in this time of the year in Victoria, may you continue to console all of us as we go through tempting times where we have so many of our young ones passing away. Suicidal has become very difficult among us, but we call upon your support and your courage so that you can fill us with it, and then we can be able to stand in the life in which we are in. So God, in this time, as we continue to celebrate with us, with the family, and with all who are not here, so that we may all be the same in one spirit. Therefore, God, as we gather like this, we gather that the body will need to be nourished. So as food has been prepared, I want to pray also for the food, so that by the time we take, it's being blessed by your holy and mighty hand. We thank you, and we pray that as we begin this program, we may continue well and finish well, and also depart well from this place that you prepare for us. We ask these few words in the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit. Amen.
Hello and thank you once again. Our first items today was to make sure that everyone is well fed, and I can assure you that looking at the smiles from everybody, that we are fully fed, which is really good, because I'm pretty sure no one will hear me or listen to me if their tummy is rumbling and playing up, right? Correct. So we will be having some few items today, this afternoon. And the first one that we will go with will be to have a speech from the member of the family, someone representing the family. We were in the church today, some of you were not there, and we heard about what happened to Abuba, what her lifestyle was, and what led to her deceased. So with that regards, can I please call upon the family member Odoj? David, if you can please come and read for us a biography again and give us a few words. Thank you.
Good afternoon, everybody. I know very well we are here to celebrate the pass away of our great-great-grandmother. Before I go to the biography, which have been written, I would like to say something which will make me not to forget about her. She is somebody who is very funny at her age, and she's somebody who is freely, we love joking with her, particularly when we as the Obonians community who are here in Victoria, we love making fun of her, of so saying, you are the chairman, then you have to lead us in this meeting which we are here. And you are the security which can lead us to make us free. Nobody should talk when we are in a meetings. So she's somebody who always keep on giving us advice how we should live in our community, and she keep on telling us the stories which I haven't had it when I was growing up. So we have missed somebody great in our community. So we will not forget about her, and not to take so much time, I'm going straight away to the biography. This is particular for the people who have not been in the church before. Then I have to read it, and people want to know what happened to her and what was her life generally when she was here on earth. The biography of Laura Akwero Onek. Laura Onek was born on the 1st of the 1st, 1928 at Panyekwara in Paja sub-clan. Her mother is called Maria Akok and the father is Onek, but commonly known as Obada. At the age of 10, Laura was taken from Panyekwara by her uncle, Omani, and was brought to Lichare in Obo to be a babysitter. Laura grew in Obo without formal education. When she reached her girlhood, Laura was married to Cassiano Otim Onyala from Abong sub-clan in Obo. Laura is blessed with 3 children, 2 girls and 1 boy. The 2 girls are decades, and the boy, Santarino Onyala, is alive with us here in Melbourne, Australia. She is also blessed with 16 grandchildren and 85 great-grandchildren. From 1977 to 1987, Laura has been serving Polotaka Parish in different ministries. She has worked in the Legions of Mary ministry from 1974 to 1979 and worked as a treasurer of the Polotaka Catholic Church from 1980 to 1987. In June 1987, when the SPLA attacked and destroyed Obo village, Laura at the time had some of the church money in her custody. She took the money and ran with it into the bush, and from there they reached Pajok. Father Julius, who was the parish priest, also took refuge to Pajok, but the parish priest never knew that Laura was in Pajok. Some of the people who took refuge together with Laura Onek to Pajok knew that she has some church money. Before Laura Onek came in contact with the parish priest, some people told her, "Why do you keep church money at this hard time? Use it to buy food for your family members. If you survive the war and meet parish priest later, you could tell him that the money got burned in the house. When the big gun fell on your house, many people from Polotaka areas know that your house was burned. The priest will not put you in prison for using this church money." Laura rejected their advice and told them, "Sorry, I can't misuse church money to satisfy my wants. Whatever I do in darkness, the living God can see. I was elected a treasurer of the church not to fulfill my personal interests, but rather to serve the true God of the Bible." Before long, Laura met the parish priest in Pajok and handed him the money. Father Julio received the money and thanked her for her honesty and faithfulness. Laura stayed for a short period in Pajok and later proceeded to Uganda. There, she was taken to a Jumani refugees camp. In 2007, Australian government granted her humanitarian visa, and she arrived in Melbourne, Australia on the 21st February 2007. She was given Australian citizen on the 23rd September 2013. In Australia, Laura continued to worship the living God in Catholic Church. In the last 3 years, when she was not able to move indecently, Reverend Sister Mariam from St. Patrick Catholic Church in Pakenham continued to bring her Holy Communion in the house, the cause of the death. As we have heard from the biography, in the last 3 years, Laura Onek became too weak to the extent that she was not able to move independently. She developed severe leg pains, general body pain, as well as shoulder pain. She was diagnosed with arthritis, heart failure, low kidney function, and low blood pressure. Due to this complexity, Laura has been in and out of Monash Hospital between January 2019 and April 2019. On the 20 May 2019, she was taken to Kersey Hospital in Berwick. On the 1st of June 2019, Laura was transferred from Kersey Hospital to Monash Hospital in Kingston for rehabilitation program. On the 9th of June 2019, medical doctor informed Santarino Onyala that Laura would be discharged on the 12th of June 2019 at 10 a.m. On 11 June 2019, Laura Onek developed diarrhea and vomiting. She was moved from Kingston Hospital to Dandenong Hospital. After 2 days of medical service, diarrhea and vomiting stopped, but she developed swollen arm and feet. Medical doctor and nurse worked hard on Laura and was able to make conversations with people who surrounded her at the time. As a result, doctor told the son, Santarino Onyala, that the mother seemed to be getting better. On the 22nd June 2019, Laura developed excessive bloody diarrhea and vomiting. At this stage, the medical doctor asked Santarino if they could do scans or a major operation on Laura to stop bloody diarrhea. Santarino consented to the doctor. On the 23rd June 2019, a medical doctor called for emergency meeting to decide what could be done on Laura. In their meetings, they have resolved that neither scans nor major operation can be done on her because she has complex sickness and of her age. On the same day, doctor on duty informed Santarino Onyala that Laura is not going to live. She can die anytime. Doctors then stopped all medication as well as food from her on the ground that to continue giving medicines and food would not help her. Shortly, nurse removed drip tube used for feeding, but left only oxygen supply to allow her saying goodbye to people who would be coming to see her at this last minute. Santorino Onyala then called Deacon George and asked for a priest to come and give Laura the last sacrament. Deacon advised Santorino to call priest from St. Gerald Catholic Church. The priest was called and he gave her the last sacrament. Laura was praying together with the priest at that time. And we never believed that she was not going to die. However, at about 11:30 p.m., Laura had her last breath. May Almighty God put her soul in the place that the Lord has prepared for her. Amen. Thank you for listening.
Thank you to George for giving us again another round of the biography. It's really highly important, especially for people who are not at the church, to be able to understand what a great icon we've lost within us, and also what caused that death as well. Now, with that regard, we know for sure that having someone lived for 91 years, it's something that is very giving. Today, we all came here, we have a small touch of story of what our grandmothers actually went through. All of us here have lived a life alongside our grandmother. If I'm wrong, if anyone is 92 years here will correct me, but from looking or observing at everyone here, I think the grandmother lived the longest among all of you here, which is a very highly great achievement for us. And one wonderful thing that we have among us here also, having Santo leave the legacy and also be for us here as an example of a good deed that our grandmother left on this earth. Santo has been a member of the community for so long. He embraced the community, and that is the spirit that has come with what Abuba left for us. The next thing that we're going to do is we hear directly from people who has close relation to grandmother. We have the great-grandchildren. We heard about the grandchildren as well. So today we're going to hear from the 3 great-grandchildren that Abuba left on this earth. They will share with us the vision. They will share with us also the stories, the good, sweet moment that they had with Abuba. Can I please invite here Grace, Kiden, and Kindu? If you can come and tell us some bit of your understanding of Abuba. These wonderful kids have made something in writing. They've got a written form. They will either read or they will elaborate for us. So one at a time, yeah?
As you all may know, our great-grandma, sister, friend, and mum, Laura Akwero, has passed away. She meant so much to us. Laura Akwero was a hard-working woman, and she will never be forgotten. And we all know she will always be watching over us in heaven. Abuba was a great person. She loved us so much, and she taught us to respect people as we respect ourselves. She encouraged me to follow our dreams. I am so grateful for all the things she has done for us, and I will never forget all the memories that I have had with her. We will never forget you.
Finding out that my great-grandma had passed away was a shock, because I knew that I wasn't going to be able to see her again and have laughing moments with her again. Even though Abuba yelled at us, we still love her. We know that she did those things because she wanted us to succeed in life with manners and wanted us to become strong, kind-hearted, and independent women like her. Abuba gave us all unique names. Me as Kasara, Jokuru and Tumbalo as Abia, Keji as Lukeje, Body, and Kindu as Kindu. These names remain special, and we're thankful for these names. I will never forget all the memories I had with her. I will never forget you. Even though she may not be here in appearance, she'll always be here in spirit and in our hearts. Abuba meant so much to us, and knowing that she is gone is a hard thing for many of us to cope with. Not only is she special and beautiful, she was also one of a kind and can never be replaced. But to us, this isn't a goodbye, it's a thank you. Thank you for coming into our lives and loving us. Thank you for all of the memories we'll never forget, but instead cherish forever. I will never forget all the memories that I had with her. Every morning, Abuba would say to us,
This is wonderful.
Mucho mabe.
and we will respond by saying, Ayo, wacho mabe. We will never forget you, Abuba.
Wait. These three young ladies here has demonstrated to us what it is to live with a grandmother. It's a very special moment. For those who have grown up or lived alongside a grandmother, they will understand. For those who did not, it is unfortunate, and for the young generation that will come after Abuba is gone, it's also very unfortunate for them. But can we put our hands together to give an applause to these young kids for their bravery? Thank you very much. Thank you to Grace, Kiden, and Kindu, sorry. Now, the next things that we'll be going on with will be a word of encouragement. We know that when death comes amidst us, we are all heartbroken. We try to find our ways through. We try to see where we're going to end up. Sometimes we get lost. And this is not only for the family that has actually gone through this kind of ritual, but for the entire community, for the entire people who come today here to share the agony, the pain of such a loss. And with that, we need the fruit to make sure that we still continue to be strong, maintain our toughness, and to be able to encourage each other and also sit shoulder to shoulder with the family of Santo. Can I please invite our pastor, Pastor George, if you can give us a word of God from the Bible to encourage us today. Thank you very much.
Hallelujah. It is a great time to come and give people just word of God in time like this. But it's not easy to get some words to help people, especially in time like this. Because we have some people in sorrow, some in happiness. But we are now here to rejoice together because we know that our mother, Laura, she is 92 years old. If someone asks you, are you going to stay at this age? That is a big question to you and to me. In Bible, we get some word. I can say it in different languages, but I'm going to say it in easy language. You can understand me and I can understand you. It may be easier for you in Arabic. بولس الرسول بيقول الحياة عندي هي في يسوع المسيح. أما الموت هي ربح. الحياة عندي هي في يسوع المسيح. أما الموت هي ربح. نبي يسأل قسيس تربيني على إن يقرأ لنا كلام ده بإنجليزي. You're welcome for it for us.
Hallelujah. ده كلمات بول كتبه وهو كان رجل عجوز وكان في السجن and he was going to pass away. And he said this, "For I am already being poured out like a drink offering and the time for my departure is near. I have fought the good fight. I have finished the race. I have kept the faith. Now, there is in store for me the crown of righteousness, which the Lord, the righteous judge, will award to me on that day, and not only to me, but also to all who have longed for his appearing. This is the word of the Lord.
Let us pray. شكرا يا أبتاه ربنا يسلمسي من أجل كل كويس بتاعك تقرب حياة بتاعنا لأنه نجي قدامك ونمجد اسمك إن كانت عن طريق الموت أو عن طريق الفرح أو أي طريق آخر يكون لمجد اسمك يا ربنا باسم ابنك يسوع المسيح نصلي آمين. أولا أنا بيذكر مجموعة اللي بتارى لأنه أنا أشجع في المسألة عشان أنا أشجع أسرة بتاع أخوه بتاعنا اللي هو ساندو في عالم معلومهم فيه، لكن نحن عايزين نشجعه من كلمات البولس الرسول كان بيوري للمؤمنين العارف حياة بتاعه منذ البداية، لأنه بولس الرسول صار حياة بتاعه كله وبيحاول على إنه يقدم رسالة الله يكون معروف لكل الناس على وجه الأرض، رغم أنه في تلاميذ على 12 لكن يسوع المسيح من 72 كان بقى هو أعظم واحد ووصل رسالة بتاع ربنا إلى أقاصي الأرض. فهو بيقول هو كان أصغر هو أصغر الرسل اللي اختاروا، وهو عمل خدمة عظيم جدا. لما جاء في النهاية بتاع حياة بتاعه هو اتكلم كلمات اللي نحن سمعناه أو قروه قدام بتاعنا. بولس الرسول بدأ يقول للناس أو بدأ يشجع الناس العارف حياة بتاعه على إن يا جماعة أنا عملت كل حاجة، أنا عملت كل حاجة، شجعت الناس بطرق مختلفة جدا، لكن أنا أأكد لكم على إنه خلاص زمن بتاعي بتاع النهاية جاء، وأنا مستعد على إن أنا استقبل زمن ده، كان جاء بهذه الطريقة أو بآخر أنا جاهز على إنه شنو أنا أموت. وده كلا لأنه كل التلاميذ أو كل التلاميذ بتاع بولس الرسول استغربوا جدا لما الإنسان بيتكلم عن موت بتاعه زي ما بولس الرسول بيوري عن طريقة بتاع موت بتاعه لأنه جاهز على أن يموت، لأنه عمل كل اللازم وحقق كل اللازم في حياة بتاعه على إنه هو ينصر كلمة الله على جميع أنحاء العالم، فجاء كده على إنه ممكن يموت. إذا نحن اتفقنا كلام ده في ماما بتاعتنا زي ما نحن لقينا على إنه عنده آفات بتاعه كتير جدا، فهي رأى كل اللازم وشاف كل إيال بتاعه، هي ممكن بيقدر يقول كلام ده، بيقدر يقول لسانتو وبيقدر يقول لباقي إيال بتاعه على إنه حياة بتاعي كان في ربنا يسوع المسيح، لكن الموت اللي هيجي قدامي ده بيبقى ربح، الموت اللي هيجي قدامي ده بيبقى ربح للحياة بتاعي، أنا لازم أموت لأن أنا شفت كل اللازم، أنا عملت كل حاجة اللي ممكن أعملها، فجاء الوقت على إنه ممكن أنا أمشي. ودي كان بولس الرسول بيشجع الليلة ماما بتاعتنا لما كانت هي في فرس الموت في مستشفى، أظن هي شجع جناه واتكلم مع جناه على إنه يا ولدي ده زمن على إنه شنو أنا ممكن أمشي، لأن أنا شفت إيالي إذا ما في حاجة لإنه شنو أنا بيكون بفكر فيه، إذا ما تتعب بفكر عليها أنا لأنه أنا عملت حاجة على لازم. زي ما نحن شفنا عيالنا هنا يتكلم بالأحجار لأنه ماما بتاعنا بتكلم فيهم. ده حاجة من الأشياء اللي إنه ماما بتاعنا علموا عيال بتاعه، كلل بنات بتاعه، كلل عيال بتاعه كلمات اللي إنه موجود في حياة بتاعت ماما بتاعنا وطبقوه حاليا في عيال بتاعه وفي عيال بتاع سانتو. السؤال بقى بيسأل نفسه هل أنت بتقدر توصل لمرحلة ده؟ لأنه إذا جينا في مصارعة بيقول لأنه في مصارعة الحرة هنا قاعدين يشوفوا مصارعة هنا بيشوفوا المصارعة في غاز حزام بيلبسوه حزام ده فيه صراع شديد جدا. مصارعة ناس بيصارعوا الزول اللي بيفوز بعد ما يفوز هو بياكل شنو يا جماعة؟ هو بياكل إكليل أو بياكل هدية. ماما بتاعتنا الليلة هي استلم هدية بتاعه. ماما بتاعتنا الليلة هي استلم هدية بتاعه لأنه هي مصارع قوي جدا في الدنيا ده وعمل وحقق كلام بتاعه زي ما نحن سمينا في لسان بولس الرسول. إذا الليلة ده كلمات إنه نحن بنقدر نشجعه أخوه بتاعتنا سانتو على إنه ماما بتاعت عمل اللازم. إذا ما في حاجة لأنه ماما ينتظر تاني لأنه زمن بتاعه جاء وهي استلم إكليل بتاعه. ربنا دال إنه ماما بتاعتنا إذا عملت إنجاز وهدية بتاعه زي ما هي تكلم في آية نحن سميناه في فيليبي على إنه الحياة بتاعه كان في ربنا يسوع المسيح. عمل موت الجاو ديفي غريبة لهي لأنه هي لازم تموت زي ما إنه حياة بتاعتنا عنده بداية وإن نحن بننتهي بالنهاية اللي هو إنه شنو نحن لازم نموت. هو بيقول لأنه الموت بتاعك بيكون وين؟ هل أنت هتموت في المسيح ولا أنت بتكون خارج المسيح؟ وده هنا السؤال اللي أنت بيشيله وأنا بيشيله لأنه اللي نحن نموت زي ما بولس الرسول بيقول لأنه مع المسيح صلبت فأحيا لا أنا بل المسيح الساكن فيا. قال أنا بموت ما يسوع المسيح مهما كان. وده كلام اللي أنت كتشيله كلام نشيله لأنه حياة بتاعك يكون في ربنا يسوع المسيح وربح بتاعك يكون هو شنو؟ هو الموت. هللويا هللويا. نحن نجيب هنا باسم يسوع المسيح. آمين.
Thank you to Pastor George. We, as I mentioned before, need some bit of encouragement, and thank you for him giving us that. Exactly. So the next item will be a speech from the community member. And when I say the community member, Abuba is part of a very big community. She's part of the Victorian community, she's part of the ACHOLI community, she's part of the Equatorian and South Sudanese community. And that, I mean, we have the chairperson of ACHOLI community here in Victoria, actually correct myself, outgoing chairperson, Mr. Mark Otim, to come and give us some bit of a word, please. Mark, you're most welcome.
Good evening, everyone. As has been mentioned, my name is Otto Mark Otim, the outgoing chairperson of ACHOLI community in Victoria. On behalf of the ACHOLI community in Victoria, I would like to sincerely offer our condolences to the families for the loss of a dear mom, a grandmother, and a great-grandmother. Indeed, there's nothing that will replace her position, or no one else can replace her position. Dearly and physically we'll miss her. But on the other hand, we are grateful for God to keep her till to the advanced age of 91. And I believe not many can make to that age. So we are grateful for God to protect her and giving her to the families and to our communities. And I believe he has left legacy behind. And I witnessed the 3 kids who were here before, they got something to remember her by. And we are so grateful, not only them, and I believe all the family's members, they got something at least to remember her by. And tonight, it's not more time to mourn, but it's more of time to celebrate and remembering her great contributions in our community. And Mr. Santorino Nyola is one of the persons who is always committed in our community. And as a chairperson of my Acholi community, I always call him for advice, I always call him for direction. And this is because the mom was there and has contributed so much into his life. And today we are grateful to have him in our community. I also would like to welcome members from interstates. Welcome to Victoria, and I believe many of you come from various states, Brisbane or Tasmania or in other states. So I would like to officially welcome you to Melbourne, feel at home, and let's celebrate. And thank you for being here tonight to celebrate together and to encourage us together and to encourage the family. I would also like to appreciate the contributions of our Acholi community. Could be a financial contribution, it could be individual contribution, our sacrifices, our time that we have taken during this time of a tough time. We have shown and have seen a great support that we keep doing in our community. So I would like to say thank you all for your support to the community and to your support for the family in particular. And I also would like to say thank you to the community of Equatoria or Equatoria community in Victoria. So we thank you so much, and I believe the chairman of Equatoria is here, Mr. Lala is here. Thank you so much for your presence and also your ongoing contribution and for being here to mourn together and to celebrate together. And also not forgetting our spiritual leaders, we thank you so much for your word of encouragement. And without you, our community cannot go ahead. We don't only need them during a tough time, but also we need them during a time when we are happy. So in other words, we need them all the time with us. So we thank you for your contributions and we thank you for your presence in our midst. Lastly, I would like also to thank you all the families and friends who are here tonight, who have joined us tonight to celebrate this day. So I would like to say thank you. And not forgetting those who have sacrificed their time, dedicated their time to serve in different sections. Food in mentioned any other areas. So we are well fed because of someone have sacrificed their time to make this day happen. So thank you so much. I would like not to prolong. Again, I repeat my name, Otto Mark Otim, the current chairman of Acholi community, but also outgoing chairman. Thank you. May God bless you all.
Thank you, Mr. Makoto Otim, for your word of encouragement and also to welcome people officially in your homeland. Of course, Victoria Acholi community is under you. Again, as I mentioned before that, our grandmother was not only part of the Acholi community, she was also part of the Equatorial community. With that, I mean that we would also like to hear something briefly from the chairperson of our Equatorial community, Mr. Clement Leila, if you can please present yourself. Thank you.
I greet you all in the name of Lord Jesus Christ. On behalf of my family and on behalf of the Equatorial community, I would like to extend our condolences to the family of Mrs. Santo, Obo community, Acholi community in general, and Equatorial community in particular. Indeed, it's a big loss for us to lose someone with such a wisdom, someone who has gone through a lot in our struggle in Sudan. Our mom has survived the Anyanyawan. Our mom also survived the SPLA regime. And also our mom has seen what has gone through in Sudan during Umar Bashir. I was really touched with the wisdom that she had when she was asked to take church money and start using it for herself. I was really touched with that. The response she was saying, قال إنت كناقلت حاجة في دروما لكن ربنا في قدامنا باين. But it's really true. But reminding also with the history of the Bible, the Safira Mahanania, when they took the church money and they consumed it for themselves, but the end result was both of them died. But this is the wisdom that I believe God has blessed her, and God have his own kulu zaman de kulu lahadjo wasulu in the age of 91 years. Few of us might reach to that age, few of us even might dream to reach in that age. But I really thank God for the wisdom, and I really thank God for the courage that she has and the belief that she has in God. I would like also to thank those who came from interstate. In particular, I would like to thank our brother who is here with me here tonight. And this guy, or this man, I've learned a lot from him, and I've learned a lot from them. So he was one of the elders of our community when we were in the Ifo refugee camp in 1995, when most of you were maybe in Sudan. But he was there. They stood with us. They advocate for Equatoria, not only for Equatoria, but also they advocate for the whole South Sudan. One of us that he called our brother Fayos Kankerika, who works in Naita, our Kutana Fios. He's there. I'd like us to see you. Nadra Fios. So Fios is one of the elders in our community. But when you see him, these are the now someone to wisdom, and they have led us through our struggle from 1995 up to 2001. So we have learned a lot from them. I learned a lot from elders such as Fios, and many of them are in America, and also some are here in Australia. So thank you, Fios, for coming tonight, and may God bless you. A lot of us come to the Kwesi community, but those things, Hakuma Mabiarif. When the going to sometimes we realize that we are doing a good thing in our community. Like if bodies, a lot of bodies are out there, they're really there to help us as community. And what we and service and the community. One of them is there's an organization called One Voice. So One Voice is every year they give $10,000 for a choirs every year. Choirs Tekinisa. NASA Bigona Agani Tekinisa. They give 10,000 every year. Last year I tried to apply, but it was not successful. But this year they have sent me again. They have sent me again so that we can apply. And I'm really encouraging you guys, in particular the choir Catholic Church. Please take this opportunity. Last year, I can maintain a lot of contact with them, but this year I've got the contract, and I know one of the most important things in getting grant is to have the telephone number. That's the most important thing. Even though if you write in a good writing, it can kind of quest scale. It amend the contact and answer, you will never get anything. But today, as I speak now, I've got those contacts, and please I encourage you, the Catholic Church, apply for that grant. So if you feel like you want to apply, just come and I'll forward you the email. And I'm also encouraging our Anglican choirs, and I will speak to our pastors, Georgiou, Soma, and Charles. I'm going to speak, and so that we can form also an Anglican choir in Victoria here. Not only an Anglican choir, but a choir for all of us South Sudanese. Last year I tried, but was failed, but this year I believe is going to succeed. Then another important thing, on Monday, last Monday, I had a very important meeting. David and I, David Tawanahulu, our former chairman at Equatoria, had a very important meeting with one of the organizations, a leading organization here in Australia. Organization that they get 50 million every year just to do services for refugees and for the new migrants. We had a contact with them, we had a meeting with them, and they have agreed. They have agreed they are going to collaborate with the Equatorial community. So in delivering some of the service. One of the services is the foster care. As a families here, we know how foster care is. Foster care gives failure in our children. They agree that one of the services that can give to Equatorial community is the foster care. They become Musulia Bitana, and then we should then Yalden, Nabayan, Bodila Monu, Yalden, to give them counseling. We are going to employ our counselors. We are going to employ our social workers. So this is one of the things we have agreed. And also, they have given us an office. Monodina Maktab, Lakin Maktab Defi Collingwood. I say, Tamantar, we go to Tangana Satanam, and you go see it, that's the city of. So now we say no. Officer Collingwood, no, we are not going to work with that. We are going to put an application to the government that the Equatorial community want an office here in Dandenong. And that thing we are going to do it, So we are now in the process of doing it, and we will do it this year. Again, this organization also, Monwadifi programs they call Show Me the Way. Show Me the Way is a short film. And in the video we have people who are doing well in our community. And I know there's a lot of people in our community are doing very, very well. And they are doing very, very well. So these people will be brought, and then they will interview these guys. The challenges that they have faced in their life, women overcome all these challenges, when they way forward. Then they will talk about it in the short film, and this film will be taken to all the libraries in Australia. Libraries in Australia, including the museum. The Immigration Museum, those films will be there for everyone to see. We cannot fight media with mashakil, no. We cannot fight media with korokore, no. We cannot fight the media while we are sitting at home. That's what the Channel 7 is doing, is damaging our reputation. It's not only my reputation, it's the reputation of your children and your grandchildren. So what we are going to do is, we are going to face media with media. Media. And this is what we are going to do. So they have agreed, and this thing we're going to start in September. Shartisa Nagorabada has already got those children, and I'm looking for people who are doing well in the community. If you are one of them, please come forward and tell me your name so that you will be included in that program. So it's good for us, and also it's good for the next generation. Hayatani. Last week I talked about the mental health, submission to mental health. لأنه في community نحن كثير في suicide cases. A lot of things are happening in our community. The government doesn't feel that there is something wrong in our community. So my job is something called a Royal Commission. So Royal Commission should investigate al mashakil of the community. So now they have started already. I think 3 days ago they have started now. So there's process of interview members of the community. And also as a community we are asked to give a submission. So in that country, last Saturday on the 22nd, we were in a workshop, leadership workshop on mental health. And we have put our submission about 21 pages later, in this community. We put 21 pages with all the recommendations. I just in the diary, we told them already it's in 21 pages and has been done and through our health brother who are Dr. Santino attempt. He did a very, very good job and he compiled all our reports and he put it in 21 pages and it's already there with the government. And also, not only that, African Community Leadership Forum, because I'm also a member there. Submission, Thomas. So all these things are now there in the government. So it is for you now, If you feel like you want to read all this submission, please give me your email so that I can forward to you all this submission, the 2 submissions, I will forward it to you so that you can read it for yourself. There's a lot of recommendations in both submissions. Then, the last thing, I want to say and Kalanta Alhua culture, youth and culture. I've talked a lot about it. And I can ask our leaders, our ethnic leaders, to come up forward and give us the names that Yel Sukerin, so that Yel Sukerin Tananda Baali Human culture of Tanata Equatoria. But those leaders will not respond. In the last 3 months we have been waiting, they have never responded to us. So now we have taken the step in, we are going to contact people individually. And I have contacted people individually, and I have got some names. Sabo or Bain Yal Sukerin. So this Yal Sukerin, we are going to teach them our culture. Leano, the money is already there. The money is there. Gurus de Kanta Humay Stamilu, I will make a decision, this money, I will take it back to the government. In the next 2 months, this money will go back to the government. Then we cannot keep the government in Kazina Tana, Winama Shakalin. Because this money we have asked for the project to run. So far we have got 47 children, and these children, we are going to teach them our culture as Equatorian. Not only Equatorian, also South Sudanese culture, we are going to teach them. So, Anaga, Santa Kaman, Ita Comparison, if you feel like Ita Der Janata, Kaman Kanali, culture, Tanat Equatorian, Ita Der Janata, Kanali, culture, Tanat Sudanese, please come forward, put your name here. Because I know your leader taking more information there. I know. So come, put your name here, so that from next week we are going to start this program. So thank you for listening. I've taken a long time. I've got a lot of information there, but I just summarized it to these 4 areas. Thank you very much.
Thank you to Mr. Laila. Obviously, being the umbrella body of our community, he's got so much to say to you. Unfortunately, due to time, but I think it's finished. I had to cut him a little bit shorter. We are almost getting to the last part of our programs. Then we will see the next chapter. As I promised you guys before that, when we finish here, then I'll hand it over to the DJ. So with that, I've got only 2 more speeches, and that's it. So this one comes from one of our prominent members of the community. He is well versed with the community. He knows how the community actually works, and in particular, he knows Abuba very well. And that is nonetheless Pastor Charles Okwero. Pastor, you're most welcome.
Thank you so much, Dennis. I'm here to say some few words about our great-grandmother, Laura. I am one of those who came across her, not for a very long time, but I got interested in sitting with her and listening to her story. So I've got only 2 things to say this evening. From the time that I've known our great-grandmother, I was one of those who enjoy listening to her story, and I learned a lot. She was a God-fearing woman. The first time I knew her, I didn't know that she was a Catholic member until very late. But everything that she always said was about God. The first time I met her, she always called me Abuna. But then later on she changed. She called me my son, and she called my wife my daughter. And one day she shared with me a story that I will never forget, and I'm not going to share with you. But she told me, Santo is your brother. And from that time, I knew Santo is my brother. It's very important Not many of us had the opportunity to have somebody in our family up to the age of 91. And I want to say to this family that you are so blessed. If you didn't get anything from our great-grandmother, then you will never get it anymore because it's no more. I knew her until when she was almost leaving this world. She was in Dandelion Hospital. I visited her. She could see me from far and she knew me straight away. And we spent time and she told me, I don't know why God is doing this to me. I did not do anything wrong before God. Why is it God is taking me this long? Because I have enough age to go. And I said to her, I said, no, this is not a time for you to go. We still need you. But if God decides to take you, you are going to rest from the suffering of this world. And she was ready to go. The second point I want to say, and this you may not be happy to hear, but this is what I want to say. Many of us do not have the opportunity to have our parents here, our grandmothers here. Those of you who have got some grandmothers here, I want to challenge you and ask you to take very good care of your grandmother or your mother. This family sitting here, they have become a good example. You can see even from the photo, she did not dress like that just to become or to have the photo taken. They took very good care of her. She was so smart, dressed nicely, and she was always ready to be there even when visitors come. You know, I grow sometimes from a family when a visitor is coming, then you will see children, they will dress up nicely just to pretend that they are okay. But this family, I want to say to you, you have done something that a child, a son, a daughter can ever do to his or her parents. I can see we have some grandmothers here. I don't have any grandmother here. My grandmother passed away a long time ago. But before she passed away, when I was with her, she said, learn to respect people, and people will respect you. This is the same word I received from our great-grandmother. She was very humble, but very, very intelligent. She would always give advice. And I want to challenge you that these people, we need to take care of them. One time I was speaking to one of my grandchildren. I told him, I said, I want you to come and look after me. And he said, what about my mom? You know? Even at that age, he knows that he wants to take care of his mom, even when mom is taking care of him. So when he grows, he's going to take care of his mom. Let us learn. We, African community, not only South Sudanese, we don't have aged cares in our home. We always stay with our mothers, our parents, until they die, until we see them go. Even when we live in this country, let us take this good example, that this great-grandmother was in the house. And I don't think Santo and his family were even thinking or dreaming of taking her to the aged care. they belong to us. And so this is my challenge to you. If you have one, take care of them. Because they have a lot of information that they can give us. It's my challenge. I want to thank the family and my brother Santo. You have done your part with your family. What you have done is so great. You took care of your mom until the last point. And that is the best thing you could do. And allow me to say this, that our great-grandmother, the way we look at her, I want to say she was not only a queen of a ball, but she was a queen of a ACHOLI community. Because she was so intelligent. And if you like, I would also say that she was a queen of the South Sudanese community. If not home, but for us here. This lady, she started serving the Lord when she was young, but she died serving the Lord. That's why I call her a queen. And I'm very grateful for somebody who took a picture by that sign on her head. It's a sign of a queen. I don't want to take too much. I want to thank you. When I heard of her passing, it was something that was heavy in my heart because she was such a loving lady who loves people but wants to talk to people. So may her soul rest in peace. For you who came from different places, when you go, may the Almighty God take you safely to where you came from. Thank you so much and God bless you.
Thank you, Pastor Charles. That was a very encouraging words. And of course, for some of us who still got our grandmothers, it's a privilege and we need to look after them. Because there will be a time where they will not be here with us. And for you, also, the mothers of today, one day you'll become a grandmother. So you really need to set an example. If you want your kids to look after you, you need to look after the elderly ones. Our final remarks today will come from the very and one and only Saturino Ola, who is the son of the deceased. Santo will come over here and give us his final remarks and a word, at least to give an appreciation to you all. Can we put our hands together and welcome Santo, please?
For dear brothers and sisters in Christ, I'm happy to stand before you. Why am I happy? Because you have stood with me in this hard time on my mom. So I'm so happy to be together with you and happy to talk to you something brief. I don't talk much. I have a few things perhaps I want to share with you if possible. One of the things I want to share with you is the best thing I can remember my mom. The time my mom gave birth to me, you know, African women, they breastfeed children. So my mom breastfed me up to the age of 5 years. I was 6 seconds. So this is one thing I will never forget in my life. I'll never forget in my life. The second thing I would like to remember about my mom is the word, her honesty, her dedication to God. Mom was so much dedicated to God, very honest servant in the ministry of God. Have you heard from the history, the biography? She was asked sometimes when they were in Pajok, because he had some money of the church with her. He said that the people were saying, why are you dying with this money? Use it for food for your children. And God will never punish you, and even the priest will never punish you. But because of her honesty with God and her faithfulness with God, he said, whatever I do in darkness, God knows. So which means if I eat this, I use this money, it's still God knows. And that makes me really feel that my mom is a mom of God. Thirdly, one thing I can remember with my mom, the time I was going to the seminary to become a priest, a Catholic priest, my mom said only one thing. He said, you are the only son with me. And I know that all the Catholic priests, they are not allowed to have children. And how will I have children after you? But I still told her, I said, Mom, there is a saying in the Catholic, it says, many are called, but few are chosen. Let me go and see. If I'm chosen, well and good, I will have no children. But if I'm not chosen, I will come and have few children. So it is true, I went and joined the seminary. For 12 years I've been in the seminary, from senior secondary school up to theology. I was in my third year of theology. I was left with only 1 year to become a priest. So God said, no, I think you are not chosen. Then a result. So of course, if you are not chosen by God, there is in Genesis, God said to Adam and Eve, go and multiply and fill the world. So I then begin to say, if I don't fulfill what God said in Genesis, I will be committing sin. So it's true enough, God blessed me with children. Some of the grandchildren you have seen here, these are my grandchildren. So God blessed me with those. So I'm very happy, first of all, for my family members, for standing with me all this hard time. My family has been always with me. There is nobody who has a black eyes, what I actually say, black eyes. All have got white eyes, which I'm so happy. And even that made my mom was happy to die at home. Because if my family was have black eyes, I'm sure my mom would have told me, Santa, why don't you take me to aged care? But because my family loved her, then she died in the family with us, and I'm so happy for that. Thirdly, I would like to have a few words of thanks. First of all, to the pastors for coming from different denominations to come and share with us today on this big occasion. We say goodbye to Laura. Thank you very much, Pastor. And also, I would like to thank those who have come from interstate. This is a clear indication that you love me, you love my mom. If you don't love me, you don't love my mom, you will never pay air ticket to leave from your state to come to Melbourne. So I thank you for that, and that is something I will never forget. I would mention you name by names, but even I don't mention you name by name. God knows, and you know yourself. Another thing that I would like to register my thanks to the people of Equatoria for your financial contribution. It has already been mentioned before by our chairman of ACHOLI community, but I feel that it is better for me to emphasize that we are very grateful to the Equatorian community for the financial support they've given to us that has enabled us to put our mother down on the grave. Not only, we are also very thankful to the ACHOLI community, even though you are Equatorians, but ACHOLI community in particular, we are also very thankful because you have given a separate financial assistance beside the Equatorians, which is how great it is. So grateful. Another thing I would like to say also, I want to thank the Obo community. Obo community are part of the ACHOLI. They also contributed to ACHOLI, they contributed to Equatoria, yet they contributed for Obo and for my family. So how great that is. So, brothers and sisters, I would like to say that you continue with this spirit, so the work of the people who are leading you, like in Equatorians, in the ACHOLI community, or in other sub-communities, will become very easy. Because if you don't work with them in collaboration, the work becomes so difficult. But I really thank you very much for that. Last but not least, I would like to thank the women who have taken their time to cook for us the whole night till morning. They never slept. So I'm thankful for you, for what you have done, and that is why you can make this, our food, being precious enough. I was not thinking it's good to take the food from the men's side because, as they say, the food on the women's side was more better. But I was a bit ashamed. I said, if I go to the women's side, I'm wearing a man's dress. So, brothers and sisters, I don't have much more to say. This is the time when we finish from here. Feel free to join us in our life. Because in our culture, dancing is a kind of memory. Dancing is a kind of crying. You're crying for your mom, you're crying for your dad, you're crying for whoever may be there. So you join us later in a dance. Asif knows very well how he's going to organize that. So please, if the kind of matter of general dance, I feel that, please, join together with us. Join together with us, because I would love to see later in the video that each face of you is appearing in our video. Because I know that some of you may not have been taken, but I would like to see your faces in the video. And that would be also a memory for me. So I don't want to take long. Thank you very much.
Thank you. He has spoken, and I told you that there's a reason why I left him to the last. Because I know he's actually going to wow everyone off. Despite the fact that he's still mourning, he has a charismatic approach in his speech. And you will agree with me that he's much funnier than pretty much everyone here. Is that right? Is that correct? That's right. Thank you. Thank you, Santo. Now, this brings us almost closer to the end of our program in terms of speeches and also other dynamics. But having said that, we still have so many other things to do in the areas of shaking our body, fulfilling that traditional norms, to make sure that we celebrate the life of our great-grandmother in a very respectful, dignified, ACHOLI cultural ways. And that will not come. It will not come without the drum. If this was back in Obo or back in South Sudan, in ACHOLI land, There will be a big drum the whole night until tomorrow. Still, people will enjoy the next day. But of course, we're in a foreign country. We can only do it to a certain limits. And our limits today is we can play with instruments such as the music. And if we also have skillful and talented people who are able to play the drum for us, we will continue enjoying this night until whatever time that we feel our body needs some bit of rest. Then we can be able to dispatch from here. But as Santo have said, if the drums start playing and you are found to be sitting down there, then you're breaking the law of God too. Yeah? You are not multiplying and filling the world by dancing. All right? So I would like to see everyone come here and multiply and fill the earth. This is our earth today. Everyone needs to dance. Okay? All right. Now I'm going to hand over to the DJ. There's a very special song. Before the DJ plays it, there's a really special song, and we're probably going to hear it a few times tonight. This song has been sung for our great-grandmother. It's a very special song for her. So the DJ will start with it, and at any certain interval, we will hear that song again, and we'll be singing it and dancing. Okay? So DJ, please, the floor is yours, and everyone, feel welcome. Thank you, and good night.
Mama don't beg young for your one batindo chero en mama timo. Mama don't beg young one batindo chero en mama timo. Mama don't beg young for your one batindo chero en mama timo. Mama don't mego akwero Laura mama don't pay man watimo one watimo mego akwero Laura mama don't pay man watimo one watimo Toma lanyo one woman tingoya woman tingoya Toma nuaro one woman tingoya Ito tiro kwano la beki ngama kwano we Ito tiro kwano la yote ngama kwano one tirigangkai Aletua ngama kwano one tirigangkai Mama don't pay gang paladino nyara tiro lingua gang paladino nyara tiro lingua Mon pasando mudo ingangkai mujing tinyu Ay mon pasando mudo ingangkai mukalaku Ay santala ting tinyu ay yamati ting tinyu nirwa mudo ishaka ikalagiba Yo dano makono tero gangya makono go gangya Mama don't pay mama come pay mama dino tero mapeo timo wana timo ina tima wai pay Kira tima don't pay ay mama come pay No tiro mai te no ergilu ngani Mama come pay Kwa mai wewa ergilu ngani ata Mama come pay Lo si aguru Ritwa zangwai Umuwai pe lo tiro wa Ola santo la tinwa Gantino doitini omera Ola santo la tinwa Gantino doitini omera Yikini matek omera Ten lo tiro modongi ba Begilo yango wat batindo chero en mama timo Mama don't beg young for your one batindo chero en mama timo Mama don't beg young for one batindo chero en mama timo Mama don't beg young for your one batindo chero en mama timo Mama don't mego akwero Laura mama don't pay man watimo one watimo mego akwero Laura mama don't pay man watimo one watimo Kakatiro come gantanja aigi pari Nen wadi tiro come gantanja aigi tami do Po mai ko kidan wai Owe gitami ada Nego na Pero mai bedo kidan wai Owe gipari ada Ina tema dompe ya no gamba Loga dompe Ina waya dompe ya no gabana Ina waya don't pay. I know young Mukwanyo, Mary Aqua, Dadawa, Dada don't pay. No Mukwanyo Quarawaya, Onek or Bade. Aya, no Mukwanyo Quarawaya, Onek or Bade. I don't man to the jolly. To the man to the jolly. To the man to the jolly. To the jolly. Making you don't and what him making a chingy. Making you don't and what him making a chingy. I've been on neck, Jim Chingy, Mary Lala, Jim Chingy, up your neck, when you don't pay a Latino. Laura Akwero Onek not Pacasiano or Tim. My Aki is a bomb, your ball. In your land in the shell, you do me a shell. Morally, a shell, give me a boom and to Pierre or your ball. Don't end corner or ring. In the Pierre, what take me to my shell. Morally, Barrio Capa, we are boom well. Aerobero can teach. If I don't Catholic Church, you morally, a shell, give me a boom and to Pierre or Beer, Neo, Beer or Boro. Pero America can, Tio Machado can live American like a dinner. Don't be war and jump down on my war like Chuit to Tuan. Whatever corner, or you ain't a bit of me. Whatever Ruba, whatever the Chuit, whatever Ruba, whatever the Chuit, they can see man money management. Not going to do it. Mama don't beg, I am for you one batino, Mama don't beg, I am for one batino, Mama don't beg, I am for you one batino, Mama don't beg, Laura, Mama don't pay, man, what you want, one what you want, Laura, Mama don't pay, man, what you want, one what you want. Mama don't beg for your one batino, Mama don't beg for one batino, Mama don't beg for your one batino, Mama don't beg Laura, Mama don't pay man what you want, one what you want, Laura, Mama don't pay man what you want, one what you want.
Can Don't
Dubaye kwara, Betema, Ka
wano wara wara pili lili yoleng
na king mo paya
yoleng wano kara kara pili lili yoleng
alawa yawa yo
yoleng wano wara wara
lubaga yawa yo ngara loro paya
yawa yo
lubaga oro lwen ngara loro paya
oro lwen ma
lubaga yawa yo ngara loro paya
yawa yo
lubaga oro lwen ngara loro paya
oro lwen ma
la merwe pay ringen
yoleng
the guy when you down pay ringen
yoleng
merwe pay ringen
yoleng
the guy when you learn your knee pay ringen
yoleng
luba para tiro kiki ye koya la yawa yo luba pa montone ye koya you yawa yo luba para tiro kiki ye koya la yawa yo luba pa montone ye koya you yawa yo ka an luba ye koya
yin tono
ka an luba ye pira
yin tono
ka an luba ye ruha
yin tono
ka an luba ye koya
yin tono
pili lili
yoleng
na king mo paya
yoleng wano kara kara pili lili yoleng
alawa yawa yo
yoleng wano wara wara pili lili yoleng
na king mo paya
yoleng wano kara kara pili lili yoleng
alawa yawa yo
yoleng wano wara wara pili lili yoleng
na king mo paya
yoleng wano kara kara pili lili yoleng
alawa yawa yo
yoleng wano wara wara
La bonta kona tikwene. La botaoni kona tikwene. La botaoni kona tikwene do. An kona tikwene do. La botaoni kona tikwene. La botaoni kona tikwene. La botaoni kona tikwene do. An kona tikwene. La bomani kona tikwene. La bomani kona tikwene. La bomani kona tikwene do. An kona tikwene. La bomani kona tikwene. La bomani kona tikwene. La bomani kona tikwene do. An kona tikwene. An la lati ma belu bana makia we anen we yo ding yo ma we yo matere ko yo ding we anini la lana ai lubana makia we anen we yo ding yo ma we yo matere ko yo ding we anini la la ai lubana an la lati makia lubana makia we anen we yo ding yo ma we yo matere ko yo ding we anini la la ai lubana makia we anen we yo ding yo ma we yo matere ko yo ding we anini la la ai lubana an la lati ma be lubana makia we anen we yo ding yo ma we yo matere ko yo ding we anini la la ai lubana makia we anen we yo ding yo ma we yo matere ko yo ding we anini la la ai lubana ai lubana yini e biru ka kanne pa joma ko diyogi ka kanne ka ko tek ka kanne ka chudiwa ka kanne ka chandiwa iyabu wai kuni nerwa ki wang mekija abani an matin wa pago nyi wa wor nyi wa yiru nyi malo ken yini e ruotwa yini e lubawa ma ya ye jayuni ye mono pa jomu ye mono pa jomu lare chatane choro kamaraj ignoro mat awobe anyira awobe anyira eruba bimot andola lati ma belu bana makia we anen we yo ding yo ma we yo matere ko yo ding we aneni la la na ai lubana makia we anen we yo ding yo ma we yo matere ko yo ding we aneni la la ai lubana andola lati makia lubana makia we anen we yo ding yo ma we yo matere ko yo ding we aneni la la ai lubana makia we anen we yo ding yo ma we yo matere ko yo ding we aneni la la ai lubana andola lati ma be lubana makia we anen we yo ding yo ma we yo matere ko yo ding we aneni la la ai lubana makia we anen we yo ding yo ma we yo matere ko yo ding we aneni la la ai lubana
ai son battaglie sua bihibu hata lo batale ke frapuna bihibu hata lo batale ke Yesua bihibu sonde son batala puna bihibu seine sia ai son battaglie sua bihibu hata lo batale ke frapuna
Johnny, down the way. Hey, the wee money down on me. Money down on me. Why don't you ever wait to the wee money? The wee money, what Johnny down on me. Hey, the wee money down on me. Money down on me. So my other word, the wee money. The wee money, what Johnny down on me. Hey, the wee money down on me. Money down on me. Second World War, we want what don't get down on you. Hey, we want down here. Want it down on me, one man, one down on my door. They don't you don't take him all when you World War. Well, we want what don't get down on you. Hey, we want down on here. Want it down on me, one man, one down on my door. General Party, look at it, General Tugu. Well, we want what don't get down on you. Hey, we want down on here. Uganda, we want what don't get down on you. Hey, we want down on here. Want it down on me, one man, one down on my door. Tell your president why you chili won't long. We want what don't get down on you. Hey, we want down on here. Want it down on me, one man, one down on my door. Tell your president why you chili won't long. We want what don't get down on you. Hey, we want down on here. What we mon la wi mon wa jon ye daro ngeyo we hey la wi mon ni daro ngeyo wi mon ni daro ngeyo mon ma do yo ton daro pa ma do
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. I was not supposed to be here, but we've just received a message from our in-laws, the Panyikwara. Apparently, they want to bring some bit of presents. So can we just give hands to the Panyikwara? They're outside, so that they can bring the offertory or the gift that they want to bring. Sorry. Thank you to our in-laws, the Panipara people, for your gift. Thank you. Now the floor is open for everyone. We have missed some very vital, important part of the tradition. And according to the ACHOLI tradition, I was advised that a gift will be brought by the in-laws, which the Panyekwara has just presented now. Now, when the in-laws present the gift, the family will also pay back the gift. And that means that the Obo will have to also pay the gift that the Panyekwara has presented. And in turn, we also have the third party playing here too, which is the family of the Parajok who married from this family. So the family of Parajok where Santo married from. So which means the family of Parajok will have to also present a gift. Now we have two more parties coming to present gifts. Can I please ask your attention and also ask the people of Parajok to get ready. After the Parajok presentation, we will have the Obo to follow straight away. So Obo and the Parajok, please get ready there. The first one to come on the stage will be the Parajok. DJ, can I please ask you to put the music for the Parajok? Thank you very much.
imegini udong en watimo mo mijingo chunyi ay abino nek jing chunyi meri lala jing chunyi gabriel nek umidong pe ya latino Melo Laura Akwero Pero mi not Casiano Ochi Mayan agi e abong e obo e nyare ni no achel ni do mi achel mara ni bachel kimi abong wen tu piare o yabor no men pone o ruen ini be piare o adek bi duma bichel mara ni bari o kapa o yabong wen ero pero katich I paro ta Catholic Church I mara ni bachel kimi abong wen ki piare biro ni o bi piare biro aboro pero que ken Dio machalo la kanli meri gang la inuni Yoki war en chalo dano ma war la chuen juar Malero pone yoy kabru Malero ruba ai ni kono Malero la chuen kono tino mudong Malero ruba ai ni kono Malero la chuen kono tino mudong JNC Money management Rapping la tinu pene
Thank you. The last one is coming up now. The Obo will be coming to pay back the gift. Now they are not only presenting one gift, they are presenting two. Because they have to pay the Panyikwara and they have to pay the Parajok. One what you would acquire Batia, Agonia Bongan Makan Batia Tuolo. Up or I wouldn't get it.
the piano Magiana, General JJ O'Cott, Margaret Auma, Paul OTJ Kerry, Achel Gilberti and Gay.
Bimba to kwanyo mama wawa, to kwanyo la bekidia. Rap boy, la bekino yang wan batindo chero en mano timongo. Mama do la bekino yang konyo wan batindo chero en mano timongo. Mama do la bekino yang wan batindo chero en mano timongo. Mama do la bekino yang konyo wan batindo chero en mano timongo. Mama do
Mengo Akwero Laura mama don pe man wati mongo. Wan wati mongo. Mengo Akwero Laura mama don pe man wati mongo. Wan wati mongo.
To man lanyo wan woman pingoya. Woman pingoya. Lulu tua to man nyaro wan woman pingoya. Wan woman pingoya. To tino kwanyo la beki. Ngama kwanyo weyo. Ai to tino chwalo la yumche. Ngama kwa wan ba. Ngama kwa wan tini gangan. Ai tua ngama kwanyo wan tini gangan. Mama don't pay, gang paladino nyala tino lingba, gang paladino nyala tino yanda. Mon pasanto mudo gang kanyu jing twinyu, ay mon pasanto mudo gang kanyu kalagu, ay Santa la jing twinyu, ay yamachi jing twinyu nerwa mudo ishaka inkalagiba. Yero dano makono telo gangya, makono telo gang, makono guago gangya, makono guago gangya. Mama, mama don't pay, mama don't pay, mama, mama come pay, mama, mama tino chero mapeo chigo wan ba tino atimongo, inatima waipe lokara, ay mama. Giratima do mi pea, me bona, ay mamana, con mi pelo. Lo tiro mai tengo en el giluongo anima. Mama con mi pelo, y cuando mai huevo en el giluongo aniata. Mama con mi pelo, lo sea guru, vitro es langway, como guay pelo tiro wa. Hola santo latinwa, gang tiro doy chingi omera. Hola santo latinwa, gang tiro doy chingi omera. Jing chingi matek omera, meten lotino modong iba. Begino yang wan batindo chero en mano timongo. Mama do begino yang konyo wan batindo chero en mano timongo. Mama do begino yang wan batindo chero en mano timongo. Mama do begino yang konyo wan batindo chero en mano timongo. Mama do
Mengo Akwero Laura mama don pe man wati mongo. Wan wati mongo. Mengo Akwero Laura mama don pe man wati mongo. Wan wati mongo.
Nen kagatino ponge gangkanja aigi pari. Nen waditino ponge gangkanja aigi tami do Kwa mai kwa kidano wai. Wego kitami yada. Negona. Bedo mai bedo kidano wai. Wego kipari yada. Inatima dompe ya no gangwa. Loga dompe. Gina waya dompe ya no gagana. Gina waya dompe ya. Aito yangu kwanyo Mary agwo dadawa. Dada dompe. Dogo kwanyo kwa rowa ya. Onek obade. Aya, dogo kwanyo kwa rowa ya. Onek obade. Aito man tune cholje. Tune raito man tune cholja. Tune raito man tune cholje. Tune cholja. Omegini odong en watimongo mijingo chungi. Limegini odong en watimongo mijingo chungi. Ay, albino nek, jing chungi. Mary lala, jing chungi. Gabriel nek, comidon pe ya latinwa. Mego Laura Akwero, overo minot pakasiano o tim. Mayen aki iya bong, iyo bo. Ginyuale nindo achiel, midwe mi achiel. Mwagali bachiel kimia bongwen di piare o yaboro. Dong en kuone urweny, inindwe piare o wadeg miduma bichiel. Mwagali bari o kapa o yabongwen. Eno bero katich, iparo taga Catholic Church. Imwagali bachiel kimia bongwen ki piara biro wabiro. Niyo wi piara biro waboro. Pero bero mero keken, otiyo machalo la kanlim ene gang lega inuni. Dongi war en, chalo dano ma war la chwet tutual. Walega kuone, oyue kabero mi kuch. Walego ruba, ay mi konyo wa. Walego la chwet, wanotino mudongi. Walego ruba, ay mi konyo wa. Walego la chwet, wanotino mudongi. JNC, Man Money Management. da coin la kinu enya. La begila yang wan batindo chero en mana timongo. Mama do la begila yang konyo wan batindo chero en mana timongo. Mama do la begila yang wan batindo chero en mana timongo. Mama do la begila yang konyo wan batindo chero en mana timongo. Mama do
Mego Akwero Laura mama don pe man wati mongo. Wan wati mongo. Mego Akwero Laura mama don pe man wati mongo. Wan wati mongo.
La begila yang wan batindo chero en mana timongo. Mama do la begila yang konyo wan batindo chero en mana timongo. Mama do la begila yang wan batindo chero en mana timongo. Mama do la begila yang konyo wan batindo chero en mana timongo. Mama do
Mego Akwero Laura mama don pe man wati mongo. Wan wati mongo. Mego Akwero Laura mama don pe man wati mongo. Wan wati mongo.